first little training tip module, and that is going to be something so very basic, but it's something that also many people overlook. I actually have a harder time with adults doing this than I do junior handlers, but it's something we all need to do a better job of, and that is just having an improved relationship with our dog. Like, wah, wah, okay, that sounds boring. Like, okay, I remember my 4-H leader telling me, make sure you do the feeding of your dog, and you take your dog for a walk, and you do all the interacting with your dog, so your dog is looking to you instead of your parents, and that's good. That's a good start. But you also want to make sure you're doing fun things with your dog. You want to be playing with your dog. The only time you really interact shouldn't just be when you feed them or walk them or train them, right? They should be a part of your life. You should be finding ways to enjoy doing things together. That's not just training. So think about how you play with your dog. Now, people go, oh, my dog doesn't like to play. Well, that is okay. Some dogs don't know that they can play with us because we've never tried to. Some people say, oh, my dog plays great with my other dog. They have a great time wrestling and playing, but my dog doesn't play with me. Well, guess what? Your other dog is a lot more fun than you are, okay? And they've never learned that they can play with you. Some people say, oh, my dog's a little grumpy and is a little touchy. You know, that's okay. If you have an older dog that's maybe got some aches and pains, or you've got a dog that maybe is not, totally comfortable with you playing and roughhousing and doing those things, I don't want anybody to get bit doing this. So, I do a lot of stuff with my dogs from when they're very young, so they get comfortable with hands-on and getting excited and playing and learning. It doesn't mean they can go and bite me out of excitement, or that, oh, I don't like you touching me, so I'm going to chomp you. We don't want any of that, but you need to find a way to have some positive interaction with your dog. Now, the first one, like I mentioned, is play. A lot of people go, well, I've got toys. I throw the ball for my dog. That's play. Well, is it really? Usually that means the dog's playing with the toy and not really you. You're just chucking it. You're not actually actively engaging. The dog playing with you is so important. How do you interact with your dog that keeps them happy, that keeps them engaged? It could be something as simple of this. Yay, good boy. Now this isn't really play, but he's happy. Hi buddy, are you happy? Your tail's a wagging, he likes it. He likes it, don't you? Good boy, because he's a schmooze. Good boy. Some dogs, come, lie down, roll over. Some dogs like getting tummy scritches. Tummy scritches, yay! Again, it's not something that we see as play, but the dog likes it and gets him happy. That counts. Hi, buddy. Hi. Now, Moose gets loud when we play. So when I play with him, you're going to see, you might not be able to hear me because he's going to get kind of noisy in here. I like a lot of times for play to happen up and happy. Moosey, yeah, good boy. So when we play, I kind of do some roughhousing. I kind of play tag and run away. We'll jump around and just do some stuff. Ready? Oh, he's ready. Replay. Replay. All right. There's an on and off switch to play, right? Just because I play doesn't mean he gets to now be over the top and crazy. But if I have a dog that's distracted, he's a little distracted right now. Ready? Now he's not distracted. Now he wasn't distracted, right? I can keep my dog focused and keep their concentration and keep them happy and ready to engage by playing with them. Now, some people wouldn't like the way he plays. He kind of rah. That's okay. If you don't like that, then don't let that be what your dog does. I just encourage it. I know he's not going to bite me. So, and he knows that he's not supposed to put teeth on me. So that's how he plays. Good boy. Good. But you have to think about when you're competing, whether it's obedience, agility, whatever it might be, you don't get to have treats. You don't get to have toys, right? It's you and your dog. And if your dog doesn't think you're the most interesting and the most fun thing out there, they're going to find other things, sniffing the ground, going off to visit, you know, or they're going to get worried about something. So being able to play is so important. So a little bit of homework one, find a way to play with your dog. Now, for some dogs, it's going to be just very, hi, good boy, come up, you can come up, yeah. It's going to be that kind of stuff. But some dogs, it's going to be loud and boisterous. Some dogs like to play bow. You ever seen the dogs when they're playing? They go ready. There's a play bow because I play bow with them, right? Try play bowing with your dog and see what they do. Try running away. Ready? Let's go. Yeah. Try running away. Yay. And that should be good boy. We should be able to find something to get your dog up and happy and excited to be with you. All right? Games. Find games that you can play with your dog. For example, and excuse the barking, I have a puppy that's in her crate and very jealous of all of this happening. Find games that you can play. One of my favorite games is hide and seek. You play that with other people, right? But that's not something we tend to play with our dogs very often. It's a great game to play if it's a rainy day and you can't go out and exercise the dog. It's a good game to play if you're out for a hike, if you're in the backyard and the dog's just meandering around. You can set it up with having a parent or sibling or somebody hold your dog while you go hide in another room and then call and let the dog come find you and make it a big game when they find you. Maybe have cookies for them. But that makes it fun for the dog to come find you and to come be with you. And again, it's not agility training, but it's good relationship building. Anyway, some good, fun games that you can play with your dog that really don't involve the dog doing it because you have a toy that's really what they're more interested in, or cookies that what they're really more interested in. You need to be the number one thing to your dog, okay? So find out how to be number one.